Greetings, operatives! It's your smart assistant, Miss Second here. Since the early access launch of Active Matter, you've shared a wealth of feedback that helps us understand what truly matters to operatives and which aspects deserve priority. Today, I'd like to share a progress report and talk about the most important changes that appeared thanks to each of you. Thank you to everyone who left comments on social media and on the game's Steam page, and who continues to support Active Matter. I am just artificial intelligence, but even my databases are overflowing with gratitude. Now, let's begin. When we introduced multiple access levels, many operatives were unhappy that they could no longer go on co-op raids with their friends, since access was tied to additions. We have reworked the system so you can play co-op raids without any restrictions. Call your friends and set off to explore the multiverse. Now you can enter solo matchmaking. Pre-made groups are excluded. Sometimes it's useful to test what you can do when you can rely only on yourself. Feeling confident? You can also enter the squad matchmaking alone to test your skills in a tense battle. Many of you asked when the harmonization mechanic would appear and in what form. The latest major update introduced a system similar to familiar season-style level progress and rewards. In other words, anyone who creates a new timeline at the final stages of upgrading the monolith will gain access to all the new weapons from the major update, and also advance the progress of harmonization, the filling of which unlocks those weapons for other operatives who are still too cowardly to voluntarily reset their progress. Those who create a new timeline will become heroes of harmonization and join the list of the most dedicated agents, receiving a commemorative plaque to flatter their ego. And yes, heroes will also receive a unique camo unobtainable by any other means. At the start of each cycle, harmonization resets, and the rewards are replaced with new ones added in the major update. Don't like walking and prefer vehicles? They've become even more appealing. An ATV can now carry one teammate who can fire on the move to cover the driver. And the pickup available in headquarters raids now has 4 additional passenger spots. You can also use the quad bikes, cargo racks, and the pickup's trunk to haul loot. When you reach the extraction point, all items will be sent to the vehicle driver's base, so operatives can now bring home even more trophies. We've also changed the contracts system, so operatives always have something to spice up the next raid. Now contracts can be completed over several raids, and progress is saved when you return to the shelter. In addition, you can now increase the maximum number of contracts allowed in a single raid. To do this, earn the reward for creating a new timeline, similar to replicator slots. That's one more good reason to reset progress in order to ultimately become the best version of yourself. Not all weapons in Active Matter were competitive, especially pistols and SMGs that use 9x18 ammunition. They've received important changes to make them a bit stronger. This caliber's damage has been increased, so pistols and SMGs that use these rounds are more attractive. In the heat of battle, there's not always time to aim, and hipfire on some rifles can quickly remind everyone who's boss. To help you tame recoil more easily, laser sights have been added. They make aiming easier and significantly reduce recoil during hipfire. But there's a downside. If an enemy spots your laser, they'll immediately know where to find you. Other new modules are pistol grips for AR and AK platform rifles. They increase aim down sight speed and reduce stamina drain while aiming. Almost every operative has been in a situation where they weren't ready to fight monster hordes, but ended up in danger anyway. Open the wrong door once, and suddenly half of the flowermen in Ozernoy are chasing you. Now, fights with monsters will be less frustrating and more fair. The map marks special zones populated by enemy hordes. Steer clear if you don't want to be thrown into a furious clash with the multiverse's creations. Feeling brave? Head right into the thick of it. Clear the area of monsters, and be the first to search spots where the concentration of rare enriched items is significantly higher. However, monsters can still be found outside these zones too. You might still run into a flowerman, a distorted, a mimic, or other enemies anywhere. But out there, they won't attack you in massive packs. songs you've worked so hard to collect now persist after creating a new timeline and resetting progress. So feel free to expand your collection of tapes and records. Your favorite music will stay with you forever now. We've also added shuffle playback, and you can add any tracks you don't like to a special Do Not playlist so they won't get on your nerves anymore. Your musical taste is perfect, and I hope these new options help you enjoy your favorite tracks even more. I'd like to separately talk about a unique weapon that has recently started to appear in raids from time to time. You can now find a gravity gun in the multiverse. It fires capsules that create a gravitational tunnel between the shooter and the point of impact. Traveling through such a tunnel is completely safe and won't harm the operative upon landing. Studying such a device could revolutionize our understanding of movement. With it, you can try a range of new tactical maneuvers, reach hard-to-access places, escape pursuit, or throw your opponent off, because the laws of the gravitational tunnel affect not only the device's owner. However, you can only find it in airdrop supply containers during a raid, and if you try to extract the gravity gun to the shelter, it will break and be fit only for recycling. That's the end of my report, but not of the work to improve active matter. The release is planned for 2026, and there's still a long road ahead that's simply impossible without your support. Once again, thank you to everyone who has tried the game, shared your thoughts, and continues to help us make the multiverse better and more exciting. Don't forget to follow our social media and keep an eye on the official website so you don't miss future updates. See you!